Hello and happy Thursday, you guys. I am Tara Hewlett with Back Pain and Joint Center of Texas here in Conroe, Texas, and I am coming live to share with you guys our favorite low inflammation chicken nuggets. So my kids love, every kid loves chicken nuggets, right? So here's a healthier version that your kids will love as well as yourself. My kids, we had them last week and they just gobbled them all up and wouldn't stop. And since then, my oldest son, who's 15, has made them himself several times. So I'm super excited to share these with you. But why low inflammation? So we started it about a year and a half ago. We've always done a healthy food lifestyle, always have. But we started a year and a half ago doing a low inflammation diet. And the reason why is your body gets inflamed by things from gluten, dairy, and sugars. And so then your body can't heal and recover, whether you get sick or injured and different things. So this is your body always staying in a healthier state so then you can recover and process things better. So that's why we eliminate those three things from our everyday diet here in our house. So today, the chicken nuggets. So excited. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started with that. So I just have here some chicken breasts just from the grocery store. And I'm just going to cut mine. I'm going to show you quick and easy. So really what is so great is like the other day, and when I made it, I didn't take the chicken out and let it defrost long enough. So it was even partly still frozen, which was totally fine because you cut them in small enough pieces that they'll cook still. Let's go ahead. I like to trim all mine and get all the veins and fat off. And then we're just gonna cut them into like strip sizes, like chicken nuggets would be, you know, you go to Chick-fil-A kind of thing here. And you can make them longer or short. So something like this to this size, either way. And if you wanted to cut that in half, you can. So I'm just gonna cut a few of these chicken breast pieces off. And my kids are super excited that they get to have it. I was hoping to come on earlier, but I had to run the kids around a little bit. They were hoping to have it for lunch, but they'll get to have it for dinner now, so they're glad. All right, so let's go ahead and just cut. Same thing. We're just gonna cut some of these pieces for chicken. Gigi's in here getting water for volleyball for later. That's what that dinging noise is. All right, let's get this. That one's a little thick there. All right. And then we have this one here. Same thing, I'm just gonna trim all the fat part. I don't like that. All right. I think it's so much easier to cut it to cut it with scissors instead of cutting it up with a knife. My son was like, do you need a cutting board to do that? And I was like, nope, we're just gonna use our scissors, our kitchen scissors, y'all, to do this. Super fast. What I like about these nuggets is it's quick. I mean, I know if you're like me and your mom, even if you're in different stages, you're in a hurry and sometimes you don't have hours for dinner. So, and it seems like to make chicken nuggets from scratch would take a lot of time. I promise, this isn't gonna take long. Let me rinse my hands real quick from the chicken. Okay, sorry. Now we're just going to go ahead and and I always do mine in like these pie dishes. I don't know why, but I do. We're gonna pour some milk in there just to coat it, and then some eggs. And I use almond milk, and you wanna do the unsweetened because it won't have added sugar. So this is just our like grocery store brand here, Kroger's. All right, so we're gonna use 2 eggs in here. And let me grab a fork. I thought I got everything out and I didn't. Sorry about that. All right, so we're just gonna mix it up. And already in my pan on the stove, I have avocado oil. So we have today Primal Kitchen. If not, any of brand that you have at the grocery store, avocado oil is better because it cooks for higher temperatures. So that's a good one to use. And it's clean. So when you're making your nuggets, this is a good clean one to use to fry in the healthier option. Let's add one more egg. So I'm gonna do 3. So it kind of sticks a little bit better. There we go. And just get it all whisked in there. Okay. And then in another so I just use pie dishes, like I said, to do this. You can use bowls, but I like these because they're flat and it's not so deep. And I feel like I can find the pieces and toss them around. There's more room to toss instead of like a bowl. Okay, so we're gonna use, I've used our Bob's Red Mill gluten-free 1-to-1 flour. This is, I keep the label in there so when I redo it, I know what each one of my flours are. So this is the Bob's Red Mill 1-to-1 flour, and we're going to go ahead and use, let's see, I usually just eyeball this, so let's put a cup of flour in there, and then we're going to use cracked pepper, and I like the ones, this is like all the different colored ones, you know, instead of just straight up black, all different cracked pepper into our flour mixture. All right, and then we'll use some salt. That one hasn't been opened. Dashes of that, and then we're going to put some paprika in there, some garlic powder, it's like 1/8 of a teaspoon of those, and onion powder. Ooh, my onion powder kind of gets stuck. You know how like some spices go hard on you? My onion powder does that. The humidity down here in the south, right? Okay. So we'll go ahead, and this is where I kind of eyeball it. So I kind of put it all in there, and sorry, I started to mix it. And I'm gonna mix it, and then this is where I'm gonna see. I want to be able to see my spices in my flour mix. I don't want to just see the white. I want to see the flour mixture start to change. Ooh, there's a fly. Color. All right, so to me, I'm going to show you. I'm going to add more pepper because I don't see a ton of pepper in there, and that lets me know I want more pepper in mine. You just don't want it far. You want that flavor of the different spices you're going to add in there. More paprika. So it's going to be closer to almost 2 teaspoons of the paprika we're going to put in there. Not 2 teaspoons, 1/2 teaspoon. I'm sorry, I said that wrong. Yeah, that looks better. So now I can start to see more color in my mixture. It's not as white. Okay, so now I'm going to take our chicken, and I just use my tongs the whole time here. And I just pick up my chicken, and we're going to let it soak into our milk and egg mixture that we mixed together. I just kind of lay as many chicken breasts as I can fit in there. Or cut up chicken breasts, our little nuggets here. just kind of push them around so they can absorb some of that. All right, and then I'll transfer them into our flour mixture up here. Kind of spread them out a little bit. All right, and then I'm going to use the fork I whisked it with to kind of coat it. I don't like to get my spatula so coated with flour because then it's going in the oil and it gets fried and battered so much. So I'm just going to use my fork here, and I'm going to toss around my little nugget pieces here. You guys can see. So they're well coated. Then when they're coated, they'll go into the frying pan here. My kids were so excited. They were like, these are the best nuggets ever, Mom. Okay, so if you just, I have had my oil sitting, but sometimes you're like, is the oil warm enough? So my trick of what I always do, I just get my hand, run it under the sink so there's a little bit of water, and then I just splash it. And if it starts to sizzle, you know, your oil is hot enough. Okay, so the ones I've started here, I'm gonna just take and then drop them in. Give them some room so they're not sprouted on top of each other. So you can flip them. Kind of toss them to get some of that extra. There we go. And then the same thing, I'm gonna take ones that were in my mixture here, and I'm just gonna lay them on. Put these in the egg mix. They can start to get soaked here. Let those sit for a minute, and then we'll just toss these ones in our flour mixture. Get them well coated. For our family, what we serve with this is we'll do like sweet potato fries. Kids love those. Just in the freezer section, they have like waffle shape and different ones. We like the ones that are extra seasoned. Those are really good. And then you can serve them with a salad if you want. The other day I was like, we're going to have salad with this, so it's not just chicken and fries we're having, y'all. But, and I was thinking, you know, it'd be great. You could just make these up and do like a chicken salad like Chick-fil-A has, you know, make a little Cobb salad with your nuggets on there, cut them up. All right, so make sure you're keeping an eye on our nuggets in the pan. They're starting to slowly get toasted here. Let me show you. You see how on this back, there you want them, this is still pretty light. We're gonna flip them when they get a little bit more browned on them. So we're gonna let them sit a little bit more. And I just have this on like medium heat. Right. So what I will do is I will slowly take the ones that are in here and shift them so they're kind of in the same section. So I don't have to wait. I can add new ones to my pan here. So then I can start cooking them in a little bit faster. But I guarantee you, I say we're having this for dinner. As soon as they're done, my kids are gonna go, bleh. So they're gonna be more like snack today than dinner. But it's all good. It's a better, healthier option than getting them from fast food. And it's kind of fun, you know? Kids love chicken nuggets, so it's nice to have a kid-friendly meal. I mean, who doesn't love them? I mean, I love chicken nuggets, so it's a good option. All right, we're gonna go ahead and take the other ones and just keep repeating till you're done with your, you're done with all your chicken's been coated in the egg and flour mixture. And just keep tossing them back and forth between the different pie pans here. And what's nice about this is like 4 dishes. I mean, it sounds like a lot, but it's really not. I have 3 pie pans here and then my cooking pan, and it's not a ton of doing. It's pretty quick. So we're just going to toss these around so they'll sit. And let's take a look at how these are. Yeah, go ahead and we'll flip our first batch of chicken nuggets over. Just gonna flip them. All right. Nice, kind of getting a golden here color. So we'll let those sit and cook on the other side. While those are sitting, we're just going to take our chicken, same thing, and coat these ones. I just kind of toss them around, the flour on top a little bit. So if you don't have the Bob's Red Mill, I like Bob's Red Mill, but you can use any like all-purpose gluten-free flour. So the cup to cup, if you like that one. There's so many. I will tell you, you can just do, if you want, if you're early on, like in a, you know, eating a little stricter still, you could just do almond. We do almond flour for when we do. I'll have to show you guys that one. I don't think I've made it for y'all. We do our chicken parmesan because it's kind of thick and I like that. So you could use an almond flour. This one just makes the kids feel like a little bit more like chicken nuggets since it's a lighter flour. It's not thick. All right, these are looking so good. I turned up the heat a little of medium so they'll cook. I think you need to go a little bit higher there. All right, our next ones are ready to flip. We're just gonna rotate these ones. All right, we'll let that sit for 1 second here. And let me see if I can find, yep. If you're one that does get worried about like, is my chicken cooked? Hello, all the way, you can use a meat thermometer. Put it in, and it'll just tell you, like this one just goes straight to poetry what it needs to be at. So like if I put it in my chicken one, because I know some people are like, oh, I'm worried about my chicken being cooked all the way, and I don't always know how to tell. Just use a meat thermometer. It saves the day. You don't have to worry about it. So this one is saying we're good. It's saying it's like 190. And if you're like, well, it's in the pan, then you can just easily just take it out, and then you can do it now. I like mine. This one's still a little bit lighter in color. I like mine darker. My chicken. This is about like 185. Yeah. I see that's a little light. I like ours just a tad darker, so I'm gonna leave it in a few more minutes so it can cook a little bit more, so it's a little bit darker. But while those are cooking, I'm gonna finish off these ones. And so when you get low, we only have a few more left. You're gonna start to get low on your flour here. I just push the ones aside that are still waiting to go into the pan and just gather all your flour around here. And then I'll just grab these ones. And we're just gonna coat these here. And just with that extra flour. So I just kind of put those other ones to the side. And that's why I like this pie pan, because it's wide and shallow instead of deep. I can flip them around a little bit better here. There we go. We'll push this one aside. And we'll put these last ones in here to get them started. Ooh, it slid right out. And I think that's all of them. Yep. So I just have these last three we're gonna coat. I'm getting flour on my shirt here. So 1 package of chicken breast will coat, not your huge packet, not like your family pack, but the other ones. Can y'all see? Sorry, I should stay back. I got a little close to the camera. A couple coat those. That's 3 good sized chicken breasts. So there we go. And we're done with that fork. All right, Gigi, will you hand me a paper towel? Let me grab a plate here. All right, so I will use a paper towel, usually more than just this little piece she got me, but we'll fold it in half so it'll collect the grease there. So we'll just plop them in here. And depending on how you like your spice, you can add more paprika if you want. That'll give it a little bit more spice to it. Or if you want to add more pepper. But I like it because now I can see. Can you see that? You can see the spices in there. You can see the pepper flakes and all of that. So, you guys, I'm so excited. You guys go home and make your chicken nuggets. Your kids will be so excited. Or your husband or wife or whatnot, or yourself, because chicken nuggets are yummy. They kind of remind you of like childhood, right? So you guys have a great week, and I will see you next week when I come live and share with you guys another favorite family low inflammation diet recipe with y'all. Y'all have a great week. Bye.